In this video, let's talk about the Buick 3800, or simply just known as the 3.8 liter. In the 1960s, GM started making the 3.8 liter, which back then was called the 3.2 liter, and wasn't really introduced into any vehicles until the 1970s, and also was called the Fireball V6. Series 1 3.8 liter was very successful and was a mainstream in Buick, Oldsmobile, and Pontiac vehicles during the 1980s and 1990s. Then in the late 1990s, the Series 2 came out and had supercharger and had turbo on it, and in the late 80s on the Grand National, and was very successful and very reliable from what most people have said. And the 3.8 liter reliability. The 3.8 liter was very reliable, but had intake manifold gasket issues, and just that's really about it. Honestly, internally the engine was wonderful and had never had any problems. Most people never did, except some tiny things failing. But other than that, the engine was really good and never had any problems, and most are still on the road to this very day, especially the Series 1 and the Series 2. The Series 3 had more problems than the Series 1 and Series 2. Series 1 and Series 2 had less electronics going into it, while the Series 3 had a lot more electronics and stuff to fail. And plus, it was simply really cheaply made and stuff, honestly, in my opinion. Engine swappability. This engine is very swappable into any vehicle, really, except if the engine area is really small, and the engine puts out a good torque and horsepower, especially with the supercharger, like the Series 2, for example. It puts out pretty good horsepower for a V6, especially back in the 90s. Put out some pretty good horsepower for a supercharged engine, that is, anyway. It puts out pretty good horsepower and torque for a supercharged one. Very good engine. And naturally aspirated or not naturally aspirated, like supercharged or turbo. This engine is very good, no matter what scenario it's in. Please like and share and subscribe for more content like this from my YouTube channel.